Okay guys, I know it's been a while since I put a video up. It's been like 5 days. I've been helping everybody on Twitter and Discord play these charts. I'm going to cover this chart in detail. I'm currently in a long right now. I'm going to show you where I'll be shorting. I'm going to give you bottom targets. This, again, Bitcoin capitulation preparation, because I do believe we're going to push up. We're going to get rejected. That will be the last top. Once we break this blue ring, we are going to capitulate, and it is, again, I'll give you those bottom targets and the dates where I expect us to bottom. And later in this video, I'll give you price targets to pay attention to. Guys, if you like this content, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. And if you'd be notified in future videos, make sure you subscribe to the notification bell. And again, guys, you can access all these live charts on my website. It's pinned, the link's pinned in the first comment description. And if you use my Bitget affiliate link, that's also pinned in the first comment description. So I'm going to give you price targets on this chart, and then I'm going to give you some smaller price targets, and then these bottom targets you need to pay attention to. So if you watched the last video, well, not last video, I put this up on March 23rd. I've been preparing you for that point to short. I'll put a link to the video now if you want to check it out, but listen to what I said. See it. And again, this is where I called the top not long ago. We moved right down this point. So what's going to happen when we hit this line right here? Do you think it's more likely if every time we hit one of these lines in this fib channel we get rejected, do you think we're just going to hit this line and just shoot straight to the moon? Or do you think it's going to play out the exact same way it played out 1, 2, 3, 4, previous 4 times? That's why I'm going in heavy short at this point. And again, I cannot tell you the exact day. Price could push straight up. We can make contact with it today. Price could go sideways. We hit it at this point. Price could drop and come sideways and hit it. It's when we make contact when I short. So I was telling you, wait in advance. Again, this is on March 23rd. So when you make contact with this line and this fib channel, this is the point to short. This video was put out on March 26th. I was giving you different scenarios how it could play out. Listen, I'll put a link up to this video now if you want to check it out. Listen to what I said. Is it we come down, we start pushing up. We get a fake out to the upside. Again, once we hit this white line, I expect us to get topped out. We will start coming back down. Once we break this point, we'll capitulate. And that's what I was talking about. Once you hit this line, this is where you short. And just like I said, to buy back at 34,000 of this blue ring, this is the point you want to long. Because once this blue ring breaks, this is where we capitulate. This was my most recent video. Now this video is like 30 minutes long. I hope you watched it all the way through. I went into detail about a lot of different charts and different scenarios that could play out. I'm going to play a little clip of this for you real quick. I'll put a link up to now if you want to check it out. That's down. And remember, when we break this blue ring, that is when we capitulate. That's right around 40,000. Your next support is going to be, well, our previous support back here. It's kind of hard to nail it down. That is the point of the C1, BG, C1, and H1 chart. But that support is roughly around 40,500. And currently we're at around 40,500 now. And I did make a tweet about this, guys. I keep you updated. If you get access to the charts, get access to our Discord and Twitter. This 15 hours ago, I said, look, we had perfect contact right here on that blue ring. And then we pushed up from it. You can see the next daily candle opened and pushed right up from this point. So I do keep you guys updated on Twitter and Discord. This is published version of the M1 chart. This is published on March 26th. Since it's a published chart, it cannot be edited. Just want to show you how it played out. Remember, this white line is where I told you to short, and this blue ring is where I said to buy in. So look how this played out. So you had a perfect point to short, multiple entries put in your short, and notice we came down to this blue ring and we pushed up. So I will give you these price targets as well. And guys, as I mentioned, I will be releasing my trader name on BitGet for you to copy trade me. I'll be releasing that tomorrow or the next day in Discord and Twitter. So you can see currently right now I'm in a trade. I did long the blue ring. I used $4,000 at 50 times leverage, and I am currently up $5,412 on that trade. So when you copy trade me, that's what you're going to get. I will be creating a smaller swing trading chart so we can make profit faster, and then we'll play the big trades as well. But this, again, I told you guys, watch this blue ring, up $5,400 currently. I do think we have some more upside. And remember, guys, the reason I use BitGet is because they are legal to use in the U.S. They obtained a license in the U.S., Canada, and Australia, so you do not need a VPN to mask your IP address. You can create an account. It's legal to use. And again, like I said, when I am ready to allow you to copy trade me, this is not me, all right? These are different people you can copy trade. When I release my trading name, I've already got my account created. I'll give you that trading name probably tomorrow or the next day. All you do is go up here to search, you type in my name, you can find me, and then you can copy trade me. I will be, I'll see if I can up the slots as much as possible, but I will be sharing my trade setups and trades in Discord and Twitter as well. So let's go on, guys. So I will give you price targets. I'm going to show you one more thing. So if you watch that last video all the way through, I gave you the next perfect point to get in your short had you missed these previous entry points. Listen to what I said. We topped out right at this point, right? And you can see this has been a lot of support and resistance. So we know that our next resistance level above, not to mention you have a moving average right here. When I see a moving average right at a resistance level, that's an ideal point to potentially put in a short. So if we push up 44,136, depending when you make contact, that's where you put in a short. So telling you, let's see one chart, there was a lot of resistance. So 44,107 being an ideal point to put in a short. And you can see what happened. Now, if we hit sooner, then that would have been the price. This is 44,039. This is a downward angle. It depends when you make contact. We made contact with it at 43,985, got rejected, and you had another point you could make contact, 43,919, and we came down. And notice right here, we made contact again, guys. This is why I keep you updated in Twitter and Discord. This was April 10th. I made this post. I said target hit. That was your point to chance to short right here. This is what I talked about in that previous video. And right here we got rejected and came down, and that is this chart. So you have the next perfect point to enter a short, and this chart was in confluence with that blue ring. You can see this trend line right here. This is where I entered my long, and I do believe we have some upside. So let me give you your key, most important support and resistance levels, and I'm going to give you those bottom targets, and I'll give you your key support and resistance levels to pay attention to. So this chart right here, guys, so I can tell you right off the bat, and again, you know, back here is where I told you guys to buy at 34,000 at this blue ring. And make this a little bigger so you can see it. So that was the first point I told you to buy at 34,000. I told you when we pushed up way in advance, as soon as you hit this line, too short. So you could have shorted 48,365. You had multiple points to get in your short. The next point you had before this major drop was 46,540. I told you when we drop, the next point you want to potentially long or get in is down here at 39,200. That's where I got in. I can tell you right off the bat, your next resistance to watch, this is a ring actually. We've been respecting this ring going back all the way to the 13th of March, 2021. So this ring is going to be a lot of resistance. There's another chart that's in confluence with that. I'll show you this as well. So watch and see if we get above 41,500. If we get rejected here, this might be the top and we come down from this point. But as I said before, anytime we break this blue ring, I expect us to capitulate. If we get above 41,500, as I said before, every time you hit this line, this is where you're going to short. And I do believe that we're going to come down at least a minimum of 25% from this top. So it is very possible we push up to this point. If we get above 41,500, the next point, my take profit is actually 44,000. But at any point we make contact with this line, this is where I'm going to be shorting. Where I have my price level currently is 43,741. And again, when we come down, if we break at any point, you know, right here, that ring is at 40,234. Right here is at 40,586. When we break this point, this is when I expect us to capitulate. So let me give you those bottom targets and exact dates. I'm expecting us to bottom. Again, Bitcoin capitulation preparation. So that is on this chart here. So I'm going to show you why I believe they're going to be testing these targets on these dates and how I know this is the case. I've covered this before. I just want to make you very aware, right? This is the M1 chart. I know there's a lot on this chart, but I want you to pay attention to. Notice these lines right here, these trend lines. These are all parallel. If you move them on top of each other, they match completely. You can put that back where it was. So this was in 2013. Every time we top out, that trend line becomes support, we bottom. Resistance, resistance, support, support, we bottomed on that same trend line that was previously resistance, flipped as support. The same thing happened when we peaked at 20K. Resistance, right? Resistance, flipped as support. Actually, it was resistance right here. Resistance, 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 flipped as support. We bottomed on that same trend line. Happened to be where the 200 weekly moving averages. Same thing happened when we peaked up at 14K. You can see right here. Resistance, 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 flipped as support, and we bottomed on that same trend line right at the 300 weekly moving average. So using this information, using this data going back, I can tell you with a high degree of certainty, since this is the point we topped out, guys, remember I called the top back here using this ring and this fib channel line, so you knew to get out right at 65,000, right? This is the point I told you guys to get out and take your profit when we hit 69,000. And this is the point. This is the trend line, just like I showed you previously. In 2013, 2017, 2020, the same thing's going to play out here. This was our resistance, support, resistance. We pushed above it, held support, got rejected at the next fib channel line. As soon as we break this point, I expect us to capitulate. I believe that this is going to be, again, resistance flipped as support. Happens to be at the 200 weekly moving average. So this is where I will be buying into HODL. If this holds, which I imagine it will, when it pushes up, I'll set a stop. Again, HODLing, guys. This is where I'm going all in on Bitcoin. Set a stop loss to protect myself. If we push up from here and go to the moon, awesome. But it is also possible that this could break. And if it does, again, if we come down and we hit this point, it pushes up, but we come back down and break it, I think the ultimate bottom will be at this point right here at 16,500. Let me give you those dates. So the first bottom, guys, so if we break this blue ring, I expect this to play out, right? I think we will bottom on, and again, give or take a few days, the 6th of June, 2022, this year. I expect us to bottom around 21,793 on or around June 6th. And if we push up and this ends up breaking, I think our ultimate bottom, our absolute bottom, will be between July 29th to potentially August 2nd, around that time, and that'll be around 16,526. So again, once we break this blue ring, those are the dates and the price targets I expect us to bottom. So I've covered your price targets to pay attention to. I'm giving your bottom targets. So let's go through this, guys. Again, pay attention to the Dow Jones. I've been talking about this. Follow the DXY and follow the indices. I've been telling you for quite a while. Go back and watch previous videos. I said it's very likely we get topped out with the Dow Jones at this orange ring. This chart has nailed tops and bottoms for the Dow Jones. I mean, we've been killing it if you've been longing and shorting playing the Dow Jones. But remember, the indices moved together, so it's likely we were topped out here and coming down. Now, after market, or you can see the markets are up. It was up around 200 points. It's up 109. So follow the indices. Indices up, Bitcoin up. Indices down, Bitcoin down. But I expect we have a lot of downside for the Dow Jones. And remember, if the Dow Jones is coming down, typically the indices move together. I believe we could be coming down to at least 32,960. That's why I'm very confident we have a lot more downside for Bitcoin. All right, so let me give you some price targets to pay attention to. So this is the C1 chart. So if we push up, currently you see we're getting rejected at this ring. This is around 40,633. Your next resistance above to watch is around 41,600. Remember, guys, 41,500 is a resistance level we need to get above. Your next resistance to watch is going to be, and guys, you can see right here. So this white line right here is the same white line right here on the M1 chart. It's just a smaller time frame. So if we do get above, so you can see right here, we got rejected right here to the tick, guys. We were able to catch this top right here, 47,494. You see that this has been a lot of resistance. So if we come down, I mean, if we push up, this is next point to watch. This is potentially 42,530, depending when you make contact. But the ultimate top, guys, the point that I'm planning to ride this up to is at least 44,000. That is that same white line, but we still will have a lot of resistance here around, depending when we make contact. Again, 42,500, guys. A lot of charts showing 42,500 is a lot of resistance. We need to get above that. If we do, 44,000, I believe, is the top before we come down. Let's go on to the next chart. Let's see, we covered that. This is the C1BG chart. This is your next resistance. Remember what I said, guys, 41,500. This is a lot of resistance right here. You got double resistance. So this is the next point to watch, 41,500. If we cannot get above this point, we start coming down, I might exit my long. But if we do push above and hold support above 41,500, again, your next resistance levels to watch is around 43,400 up to 44,000, where I plan on taking my profit. This is the H1 chart. This is for smaller targets. Notice we got rejected right here at 40,717. Your next resistance above to watch is right here at 41,435. This is more for swing trading smaller targets, the H1 chart. If we pushed up, your next resistance is 40,202, and it just goes on and on. But always look left, guys. You can see that this right here has been a lot of support and resistance, and this just happens to be right around 43,900. As I said, 44,000, I believe, is the top before we start coming down. And then once we break this blue ring, guys, this is when I expect us to capitulate. So, guys, if you want to access these live charts, you can. And my website is pinned in the first comment and the description. And if you use my Big Get Affiliate link, that's also pinned in the first comment and description as well. Guys, that's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.